I gotta go fix everything. Try again. I should be live on the right one. Maybe. Somehow put it on the Jasper flight from the other day. That was stupid. Why was that still even there? It shouldn't even have been there. I have no idea what's going on with that. Yeah, I started the wrong one. Thank you, Mrs. TPH. I had done the whole stream from the wrong one. They're kicking off in about 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes? 10 minutes? There, I got it straightened out. I don't know why the other one was still up there. No. No. We're not flying tonight. No. Waiting for that rocket. That rocket looks like a giant chew toy, so. Yeah, we got her. We got her straightened out. I think. Everything was good. That is so weird that it went to the back to the one from Friday. Makes no sense. No Gertie. I know. Sadie's looking for Gertie. Hey, Icarus. Hello, Mr. TPHI. Hopefully, this is what's been freaking absolutely destroying my time. This thing. This fucking thing right here. No. This is the worst game ever. If you just want time to disappear, if you just want time to go away, never to come, no, and never to come back, this will do it right here. This makes all your time just go away. Stop it. That's enough. Oh yeah, and you think, oh, I'll just do a little bit more. Oh, just a little bit more. Next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you can barely keep your eyes open. You're going, oh, I'm almost done with this level. Yeah, this thing just makes time disappear. Like, totally. And I made the mistake of, I had it on, yeah, attack this panel. I had it on Microsoft Game Pass, and I just played way too much of it. And then some genius asked me, hey, Colonel, some genius asked me the other day, was talking to, I think, Gammy about it, and I was like, oh, you know what, and it went on sale, so I bought it, which was dumb, because now I'm just going to freaking play this for days on end, make time just permanently disappear forever and ever. Never comes back. Stand in an urinal here so I can spray the light. There we go. Yeah, whoever thought the premise of this game was like the dumbest thing in the world, but it's so fucking addicting. Seriously, it's crazy. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna play here another minute or two. Did I get that box back here? Oh, you're Colonel Icarus? No, I didn't get this one. Sometimes you gotta get the top of them. There it goes. Oh, I love power rushing stuff in real life. But it's just like so bonkers. No, no. You just watched this for like half the night last night and you never barked once because I'm not on a headset. I'm on a headset, so he thinks Gertie's going to show up. That's what it is. You think Gertie's going to show up? I'm giving away a power washer. Anybody live close enough? It's only been used like twice. I found, like you, like kind of tired of flight sim. I went back and flew 2020. It runs better than 2024. I don't doubt that. I thought about doing that, but screw around with that game. Screw it. Yeah, Gertie is napping. I literally thought about going back to 2020 because 2024 is just a fucking hot mess. But right now, flight sim's just pissing me off to the point where it's not enjoyable. But I can spend hours doing this, and I'm totally addicted to that transport fever too. Yeah, that's eating time as well. That's another time destroyer. But I've got $1 trillion and I just hit 1900, so I'm doing well. Said $1 trillion at 1900. It's pretty good, I guess. How are you, test pilot? Look at the size of this Ernal. I mean, come on, you don't even have to fucking aim. Ernal this big? You just kind of point in the general direction of fire and you're not going to miss. So, Mr. TPHI, where did you get a live shot from an airplane of Mossport? Were you up, or 2020 Nellis Air Base on East Server is when hangs out? No shit. I know, fucking. If you go to Vegas or New York City in 2024, there's like fucking nobody. Maybe 2 or 3 people tops. You go there in friggin' 2020, it's fucking packed. You go there in 2024, there's nobody there. Oh well, I was hoping you'd gotten up. I was asking if you got lucky enough to go up in a plane, especially with the fall colors. Of course, most of the fall colors up here are freaking gone. I was going to go up, but the local airport's not doing scenic flights, and it's kind of the local airport. KLKP is kind of an absolute fucking mess right now because of the guy who bought it died to take it over, and he had a lease, so it's all tied up in court of what's going to happen to it. Is his family taking over? His partner taking over? Nobody seems to know what's going on with it. It's a community airport, but it's leased. And so there's nobody running any kind of scenic flights. 380 RTX and 99. Yeah, exactly. 2024. My biggest gripe with 2024 right now is you can't put in VFR flight plans. You can make them. You can even make them in their stupid little VFR their flight planner. And if you make them in there, it won't load them. You can't save them to load them into your plane. They won't save on there. They won't load into your sim. So you totally shut off VFR flight plans. It like pisses me off. So, and I love the VFR flights. That seems to be my biggest flights as far as fun. Leaving the Twin Otter on Friday. Oh, nice. That's going to be leaving this week sometime. Oh, I have to have a third-party program to get my panels to work in 2024, but they work fine in 2020. So, I don't know. I just fucking shouldn't just bitch about it. I'm just going to quit playing it for a while. I like the weight and balance of it better. There's just so much I don't like the fact that it's almost a terabyte with all the shit I have. Where in 2024, at least most of it's hanging out in the cloud. I do like that portion of it. But on the other side of the coin, if the internet's down, you get super generic and can't fly anything. Oh, let me get checked. 6:43. Supposed to be on already. Let me refresh. 6:50. Uh-oh. There's a delay. Alright, we got 2 minutes. This is the way that fucking power wash simulator is. Oh, got 2 more minutes. Got 2 more minutes. Get down. Get down. Get my stubby nozzle. And a lot of streamers have gone back to 2020 for most of their flights too, because it works. They're not fighting. I guess if that's where the majority of people are still flying. I don't know. I'm burned out on the game. I have no desire to fly. I got a couple more flights to go, and that'll be it. Why can't I get that one to finish? I don't see any dirt on it. Oh, it's up there. There it is. I was done. Okay, metal top, the Ernal tops are all done. Trains. Almost all the ones I've seen deleted to 2020. There's about 6 or 7 that have done polls over last week or something. It's 90% plus say they'll stick with 24 only. I know that we're trying to push for more people, but if you just go in and look, the number of people. Oh, spray paint simulator? Oh, that would just drive me nuts. If you look, the majority of the people flying, maybe the streamers, but you look at the majority of the people flying is in 2020. By far. By far there's more people. Probably 10 to 1 still. It'd be nice to see the actual server statistics, which I know Microsoft will never release. It's probably embarrassing them, but just do a test yourself. Just jump in and go to New York City. London, Heathrow. Any of the big ones. 2024, you'll see a couple of people. 2020, it's packed. Supermarket now. This one just destroys time, and I made the mistake. It was on sale. I got a good buy on the pack with everything in it, and stupid ass me bought it. Yeah. Knowing full well how much time I've already wasted in this game. I'm going to die, go to heaven, and God's going to want to know why I wasted so much time pressure washing shit in the game. I got them all. I got all the whole pack. The complete, super complete bundle. It's got all the Christmas bundles. It's got all the Wallace and Gromit. It's got Shrek. It's got Back to the Future. Got them all. All ones I didn't do because I only did the base game in Game Pass. So that'll all be new. Alright, let's see what the rocket's going. Fortunately, I don't have Tim Dodd on. I had him on, but I can't have him on now because I can't see. Can't have his on at the same time. Oh, you don't auto update. How nice are you, X? There we go. Almost. See if we get Kate. I'm hoping we get Kate. We'll see. See when they start talking. Just not the same without Kate. That Australian company that's launching's got an Australian Kate. She's pretty hot too. Always get under the lip. That wasn't what I was missing. I hate it when you can't find where you're... Oh, it's up there. One little tiny dot. You got your little shiny. Video turd. I hate doing the shitters. Rooms are too small. I got better nozzles, but they don't clean it all. I got all the nozzles. That one's a good mid-range. It does cleans everything in one pass, and it's fairly wide when you get it out away from you. It scrubs the tough shit in one pass. I'll probably get a copyright strike from their friggin'. Oh, that's them. Eh? There we go. Oh, but you don't get a copyright strike from their friggin' music, which will piss me off. No, it won't. I don't care anymore. What are you doing, dog? There's nothing up there. It's rockets tonight.
Hello, everyone.
The more you make, the more underneath. There's still all kinds of different projects in.
Largest and most powerful reusable rocket, Starship.
Yeah, you get better nozzles, better pressure washers, better chemicals dump on it.
Final launch of our second generation vehicle.
Harder and harder places. That's not Kate.
Engineer here at SpaceX.
Harder and harder buildings, trucks, cars.
On our SpaceX Raptor team. Today we're coming to you live from Star Factory, just under 2 miles away from the rocket on the pad. Right outside on the lawn, the crowd is starting to gather, and after liftoff, we expect that crowd to head back in to watch the rest of the launch with us and have a party.
Ooh.
And right behind us are 3 generations of Raptor engines, the third of which we're looking to debut on the next generation of Starship. And we'll talk a little bit more about that upgraded rocket later in the program.
Oh, getting fuel. Got frost lines.
Flight 10, you'll note it was a really
Look at the weather.
Good day for Starship. All objectives were met, and we got tons of great data to learn from. And today, we're looking to build on the success of that flight.
Yeah, that's right. Like in Flight 10, we're again planning to deploy Starlink simulator satellites as well as test the limits of ship's heat shield during re-entry.
I was hoping they would make one of those
maneuver and soft splash in the Indian Ocean are also
fake Starlink satellites. They should put a battery on it, some big floodlights, some LED floodlights, and a camera.
Yeah, those
Just
awesome.
they get spit out when you watch the Starship in the background in space. Would be awesome.
Today actually marks the 1-year anniversary of our historic first ever booster catch. That was Booster 12. And even though we're not attempting a catch today, every time we launch a Starship, it's a big day. All right, so everyone, buckle up because
Yeah, no catch today. They're gonna try to some crazy landing shit with it to see if it works.
And Dan Hewitt joins us from over near Mission Control. Dan, how are things looking for launch today?
Hey Jake.
Hey Dan, where's Kate?
Everybody, we are looking great. I'm Dan Hewitt with SpaceX Communications. That's right. Right behind me is our launch control center here at Starbase. Flight control team is on there. They're getting Starship and Super Heavy ready for liftoff. So as you can tell, when we look at the vehicle, prop load is underway. Things are looking good. We did shift our T0 a little bit. We're tracking to 6:23 p.m. Central Time, just a couple minutes into our window. All right, so as we noted, back in August, Flight 10, it did all the things. Did all the things we wanted.
How does that camera survive that shit?
Heavy, those 33 Raptor engines igniting, lifting off right at the top of its window at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. It was able to do a successful ascent, followed that up with hot staging, Starship's upper stage igniting those 6 Raptor engines, separating Super Heavy, making its way back down. We saw the hot stage pop off. It then completed its boost back burn, put it on the course towards that splashdown zone. It successfully did that landing burn when we intentionally disabled one of those 3 center engines. During the final phase of that, used a backup engine.
They shut it off higher up so it
shut down the engines, and
crash
then
and
splashed down
destroy.
into the water. Ship, meanwhile, completed full duration ascent burn, got to its planned velocity, successfully put it on that suborbital trajectory, and then it was on to the in-space.
They never did say what blew up on that thing.
Was completed. 8 of those Starlink simulators were deployed. That was the first successful payload demonstration we've ever had from Starship. Each of these simulators,
Bonk.
similar in size to the V3 Starlinks that we're going to be launching next year to add significant capacity and capability to the network. Then it was on to our second ever in-space relight of a Raptor engine. That's a key capability for when we're going to do deorbit burns on future orbital missions, and then when we're doing deep space maneuvers. Then on to the critical reentry phase, we're able to get data on the performance of that heat shield, the ship structure, push the envelope on it. Using the flaps, got it down to the splashdown zone, did the landing flip, did the landing burn. Killer views from the recovery team, saw splashdown over in the Indian Ocean. We were just about 3 meters off of our target, so pretty much nailed it. It was a huge day, tons of excitement here at Starbase. Just a reminder, though, this is still the early days. I mean, we're on flight 11 today.
3 meters off from where they were trying to, and they did all that crazy shit like flapping the wings and shaft melted. And
I mean, we've got thousands of launches to come. But for now, we're looking good for launch. Toss it back down to Amanda and Jake.
Awesome, thank you, Dan. Starship is the first orbital launch vehicle engineered to be fully reusable, just like a commercial airliner. In fact, to the end, we're actually reflying a Super Heavy booster for the second time today. This booster last flew on Flight 8. So let's just start with how powerful this rocket really is. When you stack Starship up against one of the world's biggest airplanes, the 747, a single Raptor engine is actually double the thrust of all 4 airplane engines put together.
Crazy.
So that means the
It's
Super
got
Heavy
33
over
of
on the
them.
pad right now, with its 33 Raptors, is equal to the power of about 64 747s.
Yeah, that's just crazy, Amanda. The power this rocket generates is incredible. To be specific, it's over 16.7 million pounds of thrust. Numbers almost incomprehensible, but it's just crazy. All right, to break it down, Starship is made of 2 parts. First is the Super Heavy booster, which is powered by 33 of those Raptor engines that run on liquid methane and liquid oxygen. And second is the Starship upper stage, powered by 6 Raptor engines. 3 are optimized for sea level performance, and 3 are for vacuum performance with that larger nozzle extension. All right, it's the Starship's second stage that will one day carry cargo, payloads, and people all the way to Mars and beyond.
The Super Heavy booster is designed to launch, separate, flip, and return to the launch site where it can be caught by the chopsticks on the launch tower. However, as previously noted, we won't be attempting one of those catches today. Starship, on the other hand, re-enters the Earth's atmosphere at the conclusion of its mission, steering itself to a vertical landing or catch. And both stages are
maybe
designed
next
to
year
return to
before we
Earth
get
and
one
fly
that actually
again,
comes back and
making
gets
this
caught.
the first rocket in history that will be fully reusable.
Yeah, it's
and
already
do not forget that between the 2 vehicles is
October.
the hot stage ring, a structure made of steel that allows the ship's engines to ignite while still attached to the booster, enabling a faster and more efficient stage separation. Right now, that hot stage ring is single use, but in the future, it will be built in directly to the V3 booster forward end.
And finally, the infrastructure built to support Starship is referred to as Stage 0. This includes the launch pads, tank farm, and the launch towers, which hold the chopsticks that catch the Super Heavy booster and
What you doing,
eventually
dog?
also catch the ship.
Yeah, and to
Get
get us
down.
ready for launch today, we recently conducted another static test fire, basically where we fire up the engines to mimic a launch without actually launching. We're seeing the booster on the screen right now. It's a crucial milestone to let us know we're ready to go. And then here we're seeing ship. We did this for the second time on a retrofitted mount on pad 1. We had a full 9-second duration burn on all.
Wonder how long it'll take them to start tearing this thing down.
You should also note that today's launch on pad 1
'Cause this is
intended
going
to be
down.
the last launch on this pad in this configuration. As we head into the next generation Starship flight test program, we'll be modifying pad 1 to meet the demands of our future missions.
Yeah, and among many other things,
I'll bet they
we're
start tearing it down
installing a
within
new
2
orbital
days.
launch mount, a new flame
No.
system, and upgrading the chopsticks for future catches. So until that's complete, we'll be running operations from pad 2, which will be coming online very soon. All right, let's go over to Hawthorne, where Tyler is ready to talk a little Starlink.
Is that Tyler?
Thank you, Jake and Amanda. My name is Tyler Lionquist, and I'm a Starlink business analyst here at SpaceX. Starlink is SpaceX's low Earth orbit, high-speed internet that's bringing connectivity both on Earth and in space. So, Starship is outfitted again.
She got 2 different colored eyes.
Starlink terminals, powering those incredible
You see that
live
shit?
shots of
One's
ship
dark,
in
the
orbit,
left one's dark
through
brown, the right
re-entry,
one's
and then all the way down to
almost
splashdown
gold.
in the Indian Ocean. Now, we've had a couple of recent milestones that
That's
are worth
funky looking.
celebrating. Back in September, we launched
It's
Starlink
distracting.
for its 300th time. And this summer, we surpassed 7 million active customers with service available.
She's the master race. She got 2 different colored eyes.
We've come
That's
a really
funky.
long way since turning on service for our first paying customer in rural Idaho 5 years ago, back in October of 2020.
No.
I'm Wendy Layer. I live in Sandpoint, Idaho, and we are the first Starlink customers.
Kate?
Starlink, we didn't have
The same thing? I didn't notice. Kate Bonsworth?
The minute they turned it on,
Bosworth?
we could stream a movie, we could video chat, we could play games on the internet without a lot
Oh,
of lag.
Starlink. I have
I
Starlink.
changed jobs earlier this year, so now I actually have the ability
I got the mini mobile.
Here's my house.
I know, different Kate.
Runs on the cloud. I can
Tyler's a lizard.
take it on out and get prices and designs.
I like to bake, so I've been able to research recipes and try new things.
Good day, go for a walk. Good day for a walk. We can live very rural, and yet we are connected to anybody like in the city.
Yeah, you can't live too rural.
And
If you live
I'm
real
pleased to
rural, the
report
trees,
that Wendy
you can't
and
get
Sean are
Starlink
still
with the
Starlink
trees.
customers today. So in just over 5 years, we've added dedicated services for aviation, maritime, RVs and rail, and have expanded our emergency response capabilities. We've activated high-quality internet for millions of people, including those that live in some of the most remote places on Earth.
You're gonna make me click
Starlink
that,
is
aren't you?
enabling rural school districts, counties, and tribal governments to offer online access to education,
Oh, she got
telemedicine,
yep.
and many other critical
One blue, one
services,
brown,
in
though.
some cases for the
This girl's
first
got
time
one
ever.
gold, one
And yet,
brown.
a third of the planet continues to go without access to reliable high-speed
One dark brown,
internet.
one
So
golden.
there's a lot more work for us to
Golden
do.
eye.
But Starlink was designed from the very beginning to meet these needs. And as each new version of Starlink comes online,
Those lizard people are creepy people.
capacity and performance increases significantly. The larger V3 satellites that will deploy from Starship will bring gigabit connectivity to users and are designed to add 60 terabits per second of downlink capacity.
That's
to
insane.
Starlink
60 terabits per
That's
second.
more than 20 times the capacity added. with
That's
every
both my
V2
servers
launch
per
on
second.
Falcon
That's
9.
fucking insane.
And then on the cellular front,
That's only-
last month, SpaceX announced
I have
a
30
deal that
terabyte.
provides Starlink with
You
exclusive
can transfer both my
spectrum for its
servers in a
next-generation
half a
hyperscale
second. It's
satellites,
fucking
which
insane.
will be capable of providing broadband service to cell phones globally. Starlink is the
Shit, I'd love to get
largest
terabit speeds in the
coverage
house.
on Earth. Over 7 million people across 5 continents
I'd like to be able to
already rely on
transfer a
Starlink to
terabit per
connect their
second.
LTE
Even
phones
fucking
to
hard drives couldn't even
voice,
handle that speed.
video and messaging, where terrestrial service is unavailable.
Somebody should throw it in their
Fiber
pillar and
technology
get her
opportunity
pink
to help
eye.
close those coverage gaps and ultimately eliminate mobile dead zones around the world. So yeah, there's a lot happening with Starlink, and there's a lot more to come. So let's head back to Amanda and Jake at Starbase to take us through today's flight profile.
Thank you so much, Tyler. So today's float profile, we're looking to get our second re-entry with this iteration of ship. And prior to every launch, we work closely with the FAA and international air traffic organizations to efficiently and safely integrate launch and re-entry operations into the airspace.
Musk. Photobomb.
How's it going? Good to see you, boss.
Hi.
Good, we're live right now. Yeah, getting ready for flight 11. How are you feeling for it?
Good. First time that I'm going to be actually outside standing and watching the rocket. Don't have any control stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Now I'm getting out there.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
Hellfire Doge.
Yeah, you're gonna feel
Great
it.
place
It's
to
gonna
watch.
it's gonna be awesome. We'll be in here this time, but usually we're out there watching. Yeah. Good luck and have fun.
Have fun.
Well, nobody can fire him for photobombing.
Exciting cameo there. But yeah, starting with liftoff, we'll get into the flight profile here. Super Heavy will ignite 33 engines, 24 of which are flight proven today. We'll power through ascent ahead of hot stage separation, where booster will shut down all but 3 engines. Stage 2 lights its Raptor engines while still attached to Super Heavy. That is what we call hot stage separation. We'll see a directional booster flip and engine relight for boost back. And we'll be intentionally headed to a splashdown in the Gulf with a V3 style landing burn demonstration today.
Meanwhile, ship will continue with its ascent burn to a suborbital trajectory, where it will attempt to deploy 8 Starlink simulator satellites. And we're also planning to relight a single Raptor engine. Then it's time for re-entry, where we're
Yeah, we're just practicing attacking Australia.
intentionally removing tails.
That's all he's
We'll
doing.
also perform a
We're
pretty
just
dynamic
dropping him
maneuver
short every
that
time.
mimics the path of a
Make 'em
return to
think.
launch site for catch that will fly in the future. And if all that goes as planned, we'll conclude the test with a landing flip, burn, and soft water splashdown in the Indian Ocean. So definitely another action-packed flight profile, Dan.
This is planned to be the final launch of this version of Starship. version number 2. Right now, we're actively building multiple next-generation V3 Starship and Super Heavy vehicles in the factory, kind of right behind us, so let's take a minute and nerd out a little bit. All right, those are going to be launching from Pad 2, which is nearing completion down here at Starbase. Both Pad and the vehicles are going to roll in really significant changes. This is building on everything we've learned from all of these flight tests to make a vehicle that we're looking to mass produce. Starting with the Starship upper stage, which is going to look pretty similar on the outside, but it's getting
Only 3
pretty much
fins.
a complete overhaul under the hood. We're getting major design changes to its propulsion system that's going to accommodate that new version of Raptor, which puts out higher thrust. We're also getting an energy storage upgrades, tons of avionics changes, a lot of things that will enable longer duration missions.
Brett's hometown announced.
The outside of these new docking adapters, which we'll use when we bring 2 Starships together for propellant transfer. That's a core capability of Starship that we're going to demonstrate next year. Bottom line though, this is the Starship we're planning to use for all of our next major milestones: orbital missions, return to launch site and catch, reuse, propellant transfer, and then making our way to the moon and Mars. Now, Super Heavy, we've shown some of this off, some of this hardware.
Talk about a fuel line.
Factory. It has upgrades like this, a redesigned fuel transfer tube. That thing's roughly
Holy
the same
shit.
size as the first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket. That channels all that cryogenic
That's a
fuel
gas
down to
line.
super
Size
heavy
of Falcon 9 rockets, the gas
we made it
line.
bigger, basically a rocket inside of our rocket. That gives us a faster, more reliable flip and simultaneous engine startup. New booster also going to have an integrated hot stage, a lot more vent area, and it's designed to be fully reusable.
No.
Pressure from those engine plumes gets vented out, mostly offset just by the pressure in the fuel tank. That is the top of the fuel tank. And then we add a non-structural layer of steel on the top that helps take all the heating. It's mapped to where all the high heating goes. Grid fins also getting a big change, going from 4 down to 3. They're 50% larger though, much higher strength. They're also going to get used for vehicle lift and catch. That's all made possible. There's a new catch point addition on those grid fins. We've also kind of reclocked their position on the booster that aligns them with the catch arms.
Crazy.
We got right in the middle there. All right, and then powering it all, Raptor 3. It looks radically different, just straight up radical.
It's so
Tons of
simple.
major
The
changes.
Raptor 3 is
It's coming in
so
higher thrust, dramatic reduction
look
in parts,
so weird
tons of
compared to
control
all
mechanisms
other
from
rocket
inside.
engines.
McGregor teams built some additional stands
It
like this
took
one,
like 90% of the shit and threw it
essentially
away.
is the
Like, oh, we don't need any of
booster,
this.
lets us do gimbal or steering tests, so that's been really exciting to see. We've also been getting vacuum versions of Raptor 3 into test. The first flight engines are already in production and are about to start acceptance testing for Flight 12. So a lot of exciting changes coming, and we're getting ready to mass produce everything, including one of the really key contributors to that rapid reusability, the heat shield tiles. Let's move over to Tyler real quick in Hawthorne, who's got a really cool look at what's happening with tiles in Florida.
Thank you, Dan. Indeed, Starship's heat shield is the linchpin to full and rapid reusability. We can't launch, land, refuel, and launch again if we have to spend months refurbishing the heat shield after every launch, like they did in the Space Shuttle program.
Her friend's
So,
standing there.
in
What
future,
the hell's
Starship
wrong
is
with you?
flying several times a day. Many thousands of heat shield tiles will be required. So yeah, we need to get cooking on those tiles, which is exactly what's happening inside the fully automated bakery down at the Cape. In just 3 years, tile production at the bakery has surpassed the total number of tiles produced during the 30 years of the shuttle program. To go from the raw material to a finished tile, it takes about 40 hours. And
Holy
today,
shit.
the bakery is producing about 1,000 tiles a day. But it's set up to produce enough tiles for 10 ships per month, which is about 7,000 tiles a day, or a tile off the line every 13 seconds.
Well, one thing is
So,
they're
yeah,
all
the
exactly
bakery
the
is
same,
well
so
on
if
its way to providing
you blow it,
Starship with
you
all
break
the
a
tiles
tile,
for
unlike the
missions to
shuttle.
Mars and
The
beyond.
shuttle had
And for
10,000
today's
different
flight,
tiles.
We've made a modification to the heat shield tiles. Dan, do you mind filling us in on what's being referred to as the Crunchwrap tile?
Absolutely. Always love to get to do a little show and tell. So we've got thousands of these heat shield tiles covering Starship. Now they're kind of all next to each other. There's a small gap in between all of them. You got to leave a little bit of space as that metal underneath will expand and contract. That way they don't crunch into each other and start breaking. However, that lets some of that plasma kind of seep through, and we see really high heating on the sides and then down on the metal. To help fix that, we have this, the crunch wrap that everyone has heard about. So we take essentially that's called Vulcan felt that we then wrap around, and so as these tiles are next to each other, you've got a small bit in between that's going to help offset that heating. It's just one of the ways we're continuing to iterate on this heat shield, getting towards rapid reusability. Hopefully it's going to help Starship live Moss, everything is just going to get us to that end state of a fully and rapidly reusable vehicle. So pretty much the entire vehicle has those on it today. We've done this on multiple Starships previously, but this time pretty much the whole vehicle has it, so that was special for today.
Hey, I wonder if we're going to see in the next 10 years them being able to relaunch within hours.
If you did notice, we did shift our T0 just a little bit. We're now counting down to
Launch and then land, and within just refuel and send it again.
We shifted a little bit as we were working to finish clearing the range. We are monitoring sea and airspace, both here over the Gulf.
Finish clearing the range. I mean, some asshole was in there with a boat.
Location over on the Indian Ocean. We were working with the FAA, a lot of other international agencies to coordinate all of this. Good news, range is currently green. We're able to get everything out of the way that we were tracking in the Gulf. So weather status, I don't even really need to do. Not a cloud in the sky, beautiful day, no probability of violation for launch at this point. We're not currently tracking any issues on the vehicle or the pad. You can see our fill levels are getting up there. We're almost completely done with our propellant loading. We've gone through all of our checkouts so far this morning, aligning our guidance, navigation, and control system, getting vehicles ready for prop load, the farm. Everything's gone pretty smoothly so far. We got through our go, no go for prop load. That happens at T-minus 1 hour and 15 minutes. We've been loading fuel and locks on board the ship since about 53 minutes before launch. Booster started just about 10 minutes after that. We continue loading prop until just around 3 minutes before liftoff, and then at that point we'll be ready to go. So bottom line at the moment, we're looking real good. Again, 6:23 and 41 seconds Central Time is our target T0, so we're going to keep counting down.
Nice.
Great news so far. Thank you, Dan. And we do say it repeatedly because it's important to understand, but these flight tests are all about the data. Data helps us build and fly faster until we're eventually ready to fly people and cargo at scale to Mars. That is our foundational mission and basically just the major inspiration for our work here every day.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Amanda. And our first missions to the Red Planet are just down the road, and we recently shared some exciting news. Starship cargo flights to the Martian surface for research, development, and exploratory missions begin in 2030. And we already have our first customer.
Yeah, exactly. Starship is open for business, and one of the first payloads will be provided by the Italian Space Agency.
Got a weird glow.
A first-of-its-kind agreement to carry Italian experiments on the initial Starship missions that deliver customer payloads to Mars. In related news, Starship cargo flights to the surface of the Moon for research, development, and exploratory missions will start in 2028. So a ton of Starship activity to look forward to, and if you'd like to learn more about our mission to making humanity multiplanetary, go ahead and visit spacex.com/Mars. Okay, now as we get closer to launch,
I'm going to throw her out real quick. Well, before it takes off, I'll be right back.
A truly unique place to live and work. And part of being a city, particularly one surrounded by nature, is environmental stewardship. The nearby Boca Beach dunes have unfortunately been eroding at an alarming rate for some time, so SpaceX is teaming up with Cameron County and the city of Starbase to stop that erosion and hopefully preserve the beach for years to come.
Yeah, and as one of its first permanent residents and someone who's actually called Starbase home for over 3 years now, I can tell you the beach totally adds to the uniqueness and awesomeness of living here. Starbase is truly unlike any other place on Earth. You know, where else can you see the world's biggest rocket every single day?
Yeah, Starbase is definitely the place to be, and we're always looking for more people to come help build the future of spaceflight.
Yeah, particularly engineers, especially for our propulsion and mechanical system teams.
You could be working on tests just like these ones, proving out the designs of our next generation Super Heavy booster. Fun fact, we actually tested the booster to 13,400 tons of thrust, which is more than the power of 3.5 Saturn V rockets, which is just crazy. We're also looking for civil and structural engineers to help literally build the future.
Whether it's buildings like the Gigabays currently going up at both Starbase and the Cape, each is a massive vertical integration and assembly facility with over 700,000 square feet of workspace. Both sites are currently in progress, actually going vertical as we speak. Or you could be designing the Starship launch sites of the future. There's really no shortage of future to build here. So visit spacex.com/careers to see all of our openings if you're interested.
Okay, now as we head into terminal count, all eyes are on the rocket. Dan, how are we looking? Are we green?
Amanda, we are so green. Everything's still looking really good. So we've got a green range, not tracking any blockers there to launch. We're continuing to load prop
There we go.
on board the vehicle. We're just about to close out, so we'll close out.
Where we at?
Again, just about 3 minutes and 20 seconds before liftoff. We'll close out on ship, and then booster just
CM?
about 30 seconds later. And then
Not sure what CM is, but
11 million pounds of liquid propellant
Ah.
on 2 stages. After we're fully loaded on the vehicle, the pad itself gets ready for launch. We do what's called pushbacks. We clear all that prop out of the
Tanucha?
lines in the tower
Welcome.
and the feed system back into the tanks to get ready for launch. And then in the next couple of minutes, we're going to do our final GNC guidance, navigation, and control system alignment. We're going to arm the automatic flight
Clue.
system.
I only speak English.
We're gonna
I'm
do
not sure what you're
final
typing.
Wiggle checks on the steering for the engines, which we might be able to catch a quick peek at as we get closer to those. If we need to hold, which we are not currently tracking a reason to, that would happen at T-minus 40 seconds. Built into our countdown, we can pause and wait there for any final check.
Yeah, or how big this thing is.
To hold for.
We passed that T-minus 40 seconds.
It was even
we
bigger
made
than the one I
forward
saw
in
because
rapid succession.
the one I saw was
Then
shorter than
the
this one because
ignition
it
systems
was a
on the
test
flight
article.
pressure,
That was huge and didn't have this.
power. After that, the quick disconnect arm lockout is removed in preparation for
That's what she
retraction
said.
shortly after T0. Now, once we've passed T-minus 40 seconds, if any problems come up, we do still have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to T-minus 40 seconds and hold there to assess what happened and then see if we can proceed again to liftoff.
Yep, however, once the water for the deflector system begins flowing at T-minus 10 seconds, any issue after that would be an automatic scrub for the day, as teams would need to refill the deflector's water tanks as well as the propellant storage tanks at the tank farm before making another attempt.
All
Oh,
right,
that's
we
a
are
cool view.
coming up on 3 minutes away from launch. You can see the frost line all the way up. We've just closed out prop load onto the ship. Booster coming up shortly. Yeah, in about 10 seconds we'll finish loading prop on the booster, and then again we'll have about 11 million
That's new
pounds
over
of
there.
production,
On the other side of the road, that wasn't there when I was there. I don't know what it's for, but
Not currently tracking a reason to hold at T-minus 40. It can pop up at the last moment, or after we pass that gate, we can always hang out there for a couple of minutes if we need to. We do have some extra time. We're not constantly topping off the propellant in these vehicles, so we have about a 7-8 minute
That's
window where
new.
we can wait for any final
I
issues
don't
to
know what that-
clear. We're not
I-
currently tracking a reason
that
to
wasn't
hold
there.
Again, our range continues to be
we were out on
green
this beach.
as we look at sea and air
Said I took a
space,
leak right there on the beach.
out over the
I
Gulf
pissed on a bush right
and in
there.
our re-entry zone out
I could see the rocket
in
from where I was
ocean.
peeing on the bush. There's no bathrooms out there.
All right, 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go.
It's a new racetrack.
A lot of things on tap.
Hey, Mojave, hi.
11
How are you?
planned to be the last launch of this version of Starship and Super Heavy. Once again, we're really focused on getting ship over to re-entry. Once we get to that phase, we're going to dive in.
Tar
There's
bacon.
a lot of exciting stuff that's going to be happening on our way back
Rocket
through,
bacon.
and down to the ground, hopefully out in the Indian Ocean.
I was supposed to go to the racetrack this weekend, coming up,
Should hopefully
and
we
my best
see
friend can't make it, so I'm going to the woods instead. Nope, there
There's
it
a
moved.
quick wiggle check.
So I'm-
Checking out
I'm
the
gonna
thrust
go
vector
boondocking
control,
in the
the
woods
steering on the booster.
instead.
We use those inner 13 engines,
That's cool.
doing their one final dance before the big show. And we'll do that one more time after we cross that T-minus 40 gate. All right, range continues to be green.
I was thinking about that. Pushing that thing up from the bottom like that is, those things have got to be constantly doing a million little adjustments because it's like trying to hold a broom on your hand, broomstick on your hand.
As a reminder, we
See if we
can
get past 40.
hold at T-minus 40. We're not planning to.
Light this candle. Yeah, because once they're out of water, it takes a couple days to get enough water back in there. It takes an entire day.
We're through T-minus 40. Let's listen in. Flight Director Ty Huntington back in the seat. Take us through the final seconds until launch.
Go for launch. We're going to light this candle. Fucking big candle. Let the pigeons loose. Smells like burnt pigeons. No.
T-minus 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oof. That's so much energy.
Liftoff.
That's insane.
Go Starship.
I still can't get her. That's a skyscraper that just took off. Fucker go. All engines lit? Yep.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Fucking crazy.
Booster Raptor chamber pressure nominal.
Oh, what views we're gonna have today. Imagine, think about this. This is like the 12th launch or whatever, 11th launch. This is the first time Musk is seeing it from outside because all the rest he's been out there, he's been stuck to a screen.
Here at Star Factory, we are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines
Look at
lit
that
on
thing
super
go.
heavy as it arcs across the Gulf. Coming up next on Max Q.
One big sky turd.
All right, so
Can I be mud? No.
at this point, we've passed through that
Hi,
period of
Kirby.
maximum aerodynamic pressure. The next thing we're looking forward to is going to be hot staging. So we've
Who
got
left the
33
duct tape on there?
33
Because I don't know who
Raptors
you
super
are.
heavy,
That's
makes
why.
its way uphill. Hot staging is going to be coming up.
Hello, Sue.
in
Go ahead.
A little over a minute. At that point, we're going to
No, no
see
new objectives. Just to. There's going to be a
all
new
but 3
type of
the
landing
Raptor
for
engines
the
on super
first
heavy
stage.
shutdown, our version of Miko. Most engines cut off instead of main engine. And then after that, we're going to release the clamps that are currently holding Starship to that hot stage adapter. It's then going to
That's
ignite
nuts.
its 6 Raptor engines to push it away.
Look at the
from
view
super
today.
heavy,
Oh my God.
making its flight uphill. So
I
in
object.
about
Sustained.
30 seconds, we're going to see the engine start to shut down on super heavy. You'll see them kind of shut off in separate banks until we've just got
What a
those
fucking
3
view, man.
center engines
Wow.
that never stop running for this process, and then looking for 6 ship Raptors. All right. Nico coming up in about 10 seconds. See the engines.
They're cussing.
throttling
God's
down.
watching. God's always watching, and I'm always swearing. It's too fucking late for that.
Ship ignition.
There we go.
Stage separation.
Video's a little behind the calls. Look at that thing flip. For fuck's sake, I thought we were allowed to swear.
All right, successful hot staging maneuver. So we've got 12 of the 13 engines lit back up on booster, so it's doing its boost back.
Uh-oh.
Real excitingly.
I see venting
6 out of
inside the
6
thing again.
lit on ship there, so it's now going to continue to make its ascent into outer
Uh-oh,
space.
one of the boost back, one of the engines is shot.
Wow, this boost back is happening. We're using
gone.
those 13 engines, so everything.
This looks like it's
12 out of the
leaking
13,
again.
And then we go down to 3, and then we're going to shut down for the end of boost back. That's sending super heavy.
They lost one of the
back
engines
towards
over
its
here
splashdown
on the boost
zone
back.
in the Gulf.
It's gone.
Right after we finish this boost back burn, we're also going to separate the hot stage. This will be the final time.
This is the 10th one, I think. 10th,
we're
11th
doing
flight?
this is-
I can't
there's
remember.
the end of the boost
Check it
back
is.
burn. Should be seeing the hot stage.
Oh, cool. Oh, anyway, so I know it's not a confirmed, but do you see where... I heard a rumor.
Separates its
I haven't looked it up, but I heard a rumor that
down in the Gulf.
John Candy's real-life son is going to
Ship
play
Raptors are going to
Barf's
continue
son
firing for about
in Spaceballs
5
too.
more minutes.
I know they got... Other than that, they have almost the entire rest of the class.
Next up
The rest
for
of the...
booster, though, is going to be
The rest of the
There's a cool
brain just won't work. The rest of the cast is back.
All right, so for booster, this is
Look at that hot stage ring.
things we're trying to get is going to be this landing burn. Oh, that's
Use your
so
big
you can
words.
see the
Can't you get the
hot
small
stage
ones to work?
kind of making its way towards the very
Look at
left
that
side,
view.
the bottom of the booster. It's about
Yeah, going, yeah.
where you can see some of that dropped down.
That, oh, we got some freaking awesome views today. Look at that.
They're close together, but there's a good amount of distance between them, and the hot stage will go down and splash down in the Gulf while the booster comes back for its landing burn.
Yeah, all of them. Everybody. Everybody, and I heard they had John Candy's son playing Barf's, was going to play Barf's son. So if that's the case, it's going to be freaking epic. And Tim Russ is coming back, the guy that combed the desert, famous for he ain't seen shit. He was hinting he's back in it.
Yeah, the shaking down here was
He's funny. He's like, I played all these characters in Star Trek, and what am I known for?
pretty awesome.
We ain't seen shit. See, that's what he's famous for. We ain't seen shit.
That landing, just like tower catches, we will be doing a 13-engine landing burn to slow down. This time it will be in a V3 configuration.
There we go.
And as we're starting to get into the denser,
They're not showing us how many engines.
is using 4 hypersonic grid fins to guide itself through atmospheric entry towards its landing site.
And we're just about 20 seconds away from landing burn start, where we'll first ignite.
Oh, I know it.
13 engine,
Even if it's 30 years later, it's going to be funny because they're all going to be old. Oh, it didn't. That was just coming through the end. That was just the heat from the atmosphere. Oh, crazy shit. There we go.
Booster is going to see a bit of a...
Oh, they all lit. Even the one that didn't light. That's that new configuration of burn. Looks like it's going well. Hovering. Look at that shit. We still ain't found shit. I know it. Look at that. Wham! Into the water. Boop. That's when it blows up. Oh, that was fucking awesome. Stop. Stop. Stop.
You can even hear us right now. Congrats to the whole SpaceX team. So far, so good for today. That was
The second stage isn't flipping around and hasn't blown up yet, so.
All right, great stuff, guys.
That's actually a little vent.
All right, back
I
to
think.
ship. Ship's still making its way. We've got a little under 2 minutes left in this ascent burn, so we've got all
Still ain't
6
found
Raptor
shit.
engines still firing.
He did a YouTube short or video, yeah, short where he talks about that. He said, I did all these movies. I played Spock and I played Vulcan and I played this, played that, and the only thing I'm known for is 6 words. We ain't seen shit. Or 5 words, 4 words, whatever it is.
Really cool to see Booster go through that that landing burn. That was one of our really key demonstrations we wanted to try and do today. Is that's mimicking what we're going to be hopefully doing. Oh, we just got our sonic boom. Sounds like from the booster coming back.
That's not good. Hear a big boom and
Minutes ago.
signal's
So
gone.
we're going to see the 3 RVACs, the vacuum optimized engines, shut down first, and then we'll shut down those 3 center engines. So we should be a little under a minute until SECO. Just a reminder, this is putting us into a suborbital trajectory, so we're intentionally just going slow enough that we're not going to achieve full orbit. This puts us on a course where those engines shut off, and no matter what, we're coming back.
Starship is in terminal guidance.
In the Indian Ocean. All right, terminal guidance. So we should start seeing these shutdowns come up in just a couple seconds.
The search for more money is happening. I know it. I love the name of it too. I had a spoof fantasy book when I was a kid, and I've looked everywhere. I'm going to have to see if I can find a copy. It was J.R.R.R. Token. It was like 5 R's or 6 R's. There was a spoof on it, and it said, instead of the Cimmerillion, it was the Cellamillion. We need more money. The Cellamillion instead of Cimmerillion. It's in orbit. Oh, it's not in orbit. It's in space. Space.
All right.
The final
All
frontier.
ship Raptors have shut
Nominal
down.
orbit insertion.
These are the voyages of the Sadie
You
Prize.
just heard nominal orbital insertion. So
It's an ongoing
we're
mission
on the path that
to
we
seek
wanted
out
to
new
be.
Gerties
So
and new
we've
people
got
to
a
bark
ship
at.
back in space, a whole lot planned for it, lots more still to come. Great seeing super
To
heavy
boldly
making its way to
chase
the water.
bugs.
But I'm excited to see what ship can do in space. How's everybody doing down there?
Look at that.
Yeah,
Looks like that one broke a little.
This whole time, people are definitely happy with how the day's been panning out so far. Definitely exciting to see Starship safely in space, and super pumped to see all the team's hard work in action here today.
Yeah, and we guaranteed it at the start of the show, but it has been an awesome day so far. It's crazy. All this has happened in just 10 minutes.
Something just blew up again out of there.
That V3 style landing burn, so now all eyes are on the ship as we
Something
get
just popped out of there again.
space objectives.
Yeah, I know, right? Slow.
So sit tight, enjoy the view,
Hey,
enjoy the space jam.
knock it off,
We'll be back
fuckhead.
at T plus 16 minutes for payload deploy.
Oh, I gotta turn their volume down. They use copyrighted music, the bastards. If I don't care. But look at that view. Sunset. 26,000 kilometers an hour. It's crazy. Slowing down slightly. Oh, it's the whole point. It's just going up and back down. Pretty crazy. I should have kept my game running. Oh, I'm going to fly tomorrow night. But not going to do flight plan. I want to fly the Grand Canyon, but we're going to start up farther. Small jet. I'm going to take the T7 Red Hawk. Take that and rip down the canyon with it. Like I said, we'll probably start way up in Canyonlands and then somewhere down, somewhere along there. No flight plan. I'll just list the airports we're starting at and ending at. Because I can't do VFR flight plans right now because the sim hates them. And I'm probably leaving Friday for camping. Because Thursday night's supposed to get down to 25. And if I'm going higher up in the mountains than I am now, I don't want to fucking freeze. I have cold weather gear, but I don't want... Why bother? Just delay it a day. Have a nice... Why push it? Ooh, lights. Is it Cuba? So, we're going to go Friday. So we'll do a flight Thursday. We'll do Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday will be members only. Because I won't be able to do members only Friday. Tuesday will be everybody. Look, it's foggy up there. It's just weird. Is it flipping? Doesn't look like it's flipping. Is it rolling? I don't know. That was weird. Doesn't look like it's out of control. Spaceflight. They have a reorbit space flight simulators, reorbit, whatever it is. Icarus has been playing it. Said it's really good, but it's pretty technical, I guess. Man, their Starlink connection sucks. Re-entry, that's it, re-entry. Looks pretty detailed. Looks like super detailed. I would probably die like a million deaths. I'm looking forward to Keaton Space Agency because it's supposed to be Kerbal Space Program with a lot more realism as far as planet size and gravities. Very detailed, but worthy sim. Hey, we're getting like terrible fucking pictures tonight. That's weird. No. Detailed but worthy or and. Hours of boredom followed by seconds of terror. It's most of them. Hey, Sim Fanatic, how are you? Doing well. How are you doing? Did I put your thing in there? I don't know if I did. I don't even know if I haven't got your sound. You haven't sent it to me yet, so that's on you. But I wasn't sure if I put your link in there. I can look. I can look and see. Yeah. Yeah, I finally got the link in there anyways. Oops, wrong freaking button. Just go, dog. Jeez. Let's see. No, you just scrambled to get down. Now you're trying to climb back up. What a little shithead. Where can I type this in? Oh, I hate this thing. There we go. Hey, Mighty. That should do it. I need your sound, though. Is the command not working? What the hell? Oh, there it goes. Got that. Oh, got sound back. Hold on.
Area of Starship as we get ready to open up this payload door. We were able to do this successfully for the very first time on our last flight, on Flight 10.
Oh, door's open.
Hal got ahead of me. Looks like he's opening up the payload door already.
New one I got.
Alright, looks like we got the door open.
I can't do that, David. Daisy, Daisy.
Alright, so payload door is open. Next up, gonna be to start deploying these Starlink simulators. They are roughly the same size as the V3 Starlink satellites that Starship.
Yeah, one bonked off the door.
Some pretty crazy capacity. We'll run through the numbers in a little bit. We were able to do this for the very first time ever on our last flight, and so this will be another.
I still can't believe they didn't wire one of those up with a Starlink and a camera and some big old LED floodlights so you could see them, so you could look back and see the ship.
Our next iteration of Starship.
How cool would that be?
Have a more powerful PEZ. It's gonna deploy.
Yeah, Grinds is still there.
But
see you, Mr. TPHI. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, to all the Canadians out there.
couple of seconds, we should start seeing them move out the door.
So, happy Thanksgiving to the Canadians.
I mean, that view on your left, so you're basically, that would be if you were sitting at the very top of the nose cone looking down. So there's kind of a short stack. There's 4 on either side, so 8 total. When we start flying Starlinks, for their actual deploy missions, we're going to be carrying stacks of about 60. So much larger stack once we start flying these.
Hey, cased.
But still,
Cased?
A
Cased?
little bit of a short just for
26,000 kilometers an hour. Yeah, just to eat Canadian bacon. Everybody just got excited. I didn't see nothing.
Looks like we got a little bit of movement there, Dan.
coax it out. Get it moving, Jake.
There it goes.
There we go. All right, first one going out.
You know, they keep calling this thing a Pez dispenser. I want a Pez dispenser. I want a Starlink Pez dispenser. I want the whole big thing into a Pez dispenser. I can't eat Pez anymore, but I want a Pez dispenser.
Getting ready for the second one here. We do a little reset back to the center position.
Yeah, it takes about a minute for each
Ah.
one.
Let's see. It's not gonna hit in the door. Oh, look, they're floating out nice and smooth. That looks better.
Looks real smooth too. They made a couple of tweaks to those rails. If you watched the last ones, it had a couple of bumps on the way out, but moving out super clean this time.
Yeah, and as noted earlier in the show, but definitely worth repeating, Starship will deploy Starlink's more advanced V3 satellites, adding 60 terabits per second
I'm gonna have,
capacity to the network.
when I go camping, I got a nice T-bone.
20 times more than each
I got bacon and eggs for breakfast. I got T-bone for dinner. I got fresh pork belly for the next dinner, and bacon and eggs both mornings for breakfast, and probably just some pastrami or salami or Italian mixed sandwiches for lunch. Yeah, but it comes right back down. It's not orbital velocity, so it's gonna come back.
But also just real-time data through every phase of flight. So we've got a couple dozen cameras on Starship. We've also got a bunch of cameras spread across the globe, including out in the Indian Ocean where we've got our fun buoys floating. There goes another one. And I mean, we're using Starlink to bring all of this together. It's our drone shots you see here from our great team down here at Starbase, all connected. So Starlink not only giving us cool views off the planet, but also
pretty
on the
cool.
planet, help bring everybody
Yes, you hear Sadie. Anytime I have the headset on now, she gets on the screen waiting to see Gertie. She likes when everybody, after a flight's over and everybody gets on screen, she loves it. She goes nuts. Yep, Sadie's waiting for Gertie.
Yeah, we've got 4 Starlink terminals on the outside.
Or she's waiting for it. Yes, and she's figured out how to use her nose on the touchpad. On the touch portal. She knows how to use the touch portal with her nose. Yeah.
Normally a plasma layer builds up and blocks you out. Starlink, powerful enough.
Yep, she's figured that one out.
Punch through that and still get that live view.
What? No way. Fuck's sake.
Where are the people on the screen? I don't want to see the people. I want to see the Starlinks anyways. Sadie's like, where the hell is everybody that can bark at? This rocket's not exciting to bark at. Where'd they go? Where'd everybody go? There's no... She goes up to my dad's, and my dad's always watching Westerns, and now she's decided she hates horses. She sees the horses in the Westerns, and she runs up to their TV and barks at them. So, yeah, they're going to have fun watching her for 2 days while I'm in the woods, because I don't trust her in the woods yet. She's a little too young to
Yeah, Starlink is the
take
world's
in the
largest
woods.
satellite constellation operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet. This provides internet
She
access
literally
to
got 2
people
feet
around
on the
the world
desk and 2 feet on my
who have
lap,
never had connectivity before.
waiting.
Right. Today, Starlink serves more than 150 countries, territories, and other markets with over 7 million active customers and counting. To meet the global growing demand for
She'll lose her shit.
expanded its factory over in Bastrop, Texas, which is just outside of Austin, and also introduced Starlink Mini, as well as an upgraded version of the Starlink Standard.
I gotta get a Sadie cup. I got a Stinky cup.
Yeah, and one
Maddie
thing to
cup.
note about
I gotta get a
satellite
Sadie
deploy
cup
is that they will
mug.
be following the same suborbital trajectory of the ship. So these dummy sats will not be going in orbit. We do expect them to burn up on re-entry.
Couple more to go. I promise one of these days we'll deploy in daylight. But we're basically trading deploy in the dark so we get those re-entry views for the daytime.
Look at that shit. Wink. I guess it kind of sitting here armchair quarterbacking. It seems like really simple, but you got to realize with the stupid, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Throwing them out the side is going to cause the ship to go the other way the same amount. So,
Alright, I think we got one more to go.
so that's literally they got to be careful. I mean, every motion's got to be taken care of and counteracted. Just pushing those out could cause the ship to be spinning the other direction. Opening up sim stats. They're all gone. Let's see if the door closes. Go on, you just jumped up here, and then you wind to get down, then you jump up here, and you wind to get down.
Deploy complete, Starship will now close its payload door and continue to coast around Earth to the Indian Ocean. We still have a ton of major events to come today, including Raptor Relight at about T plus 37 minutes.
Oh, I see the door shut this time. No!
Followed by atmospheric reentry and splashdown.
Apparently they see it before we do.
So with that, we're going to go on another quick coast.
Counteract the torque. Yeah, the tail rotor come off that sucker. That was wild. 2 million out the door. 2 million out the door. Yeah, the tail rotor came right off. That was nuts. Whoop, the door's shutting. That's cool. I'd rather have seen it from inside. Yeah, I've heard of cars and coffee, but I'd never heard of cars and copters. That was an actual event, cars and copters.
We're gonna sit tight, enjoy
The tail rotor came off.
enjoy the space jams. Again, we'll be back.
Now I want to go to.
Minutes for Raptor Relight, and then head back for reentry.
Now I want to. Star Trek sounds, yeah. Now I want to go to cars and copters. Oh, there's their music. We got till 37 minutes, huh? Watch their friggin' music. That's no, man. They need to put in like Hal singing Daisy when the door is shutting. Daisy, Daisy. Little bit of HAL 9000 trivia. When Stanley Kubrick did the original movie, he wanted to be the IBM 9000. Well, IBM did not want, 100% did not want their computers, which were just starting to really come out. They didn't want their computer to be named to be synonymous with killing an astronaut. So they told him no. And it's literally one letter before IBM. HIABLM. He just shifted it all one letter before. Tail rotor failed. He thought it was also tail rotor effectiveness and pulled up. Then dropped the collective. That clipped the tail rotor off. I don't know. I just saw the tail rotor come screaming off the thing. It's like, well, they're coming down now no matter what. At that point, you're a passenger. But yeah, the HAL 9000 is actually IBM. Switched one letter before. If you think the movies are fucked up, read the books. The books. There's one more book than there is movie too. But they're fucked. Look, cause your brain to go bonkers. Who blinked? What did we blink for? Who blinked? Who blinked? Oh, Symphanatic became a member. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. That will give you a good for that one. Thanks, sir. Much appreciated. Still like this one. This is my new favorite one. Yeah, of course, this one.
Ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir. I've never been up in a plane before.
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
Imagine if you put that in a movie today. Holy shit. Yep. Got that one. We got.
Flight 209er clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
And.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Have to have the Shirley. Have to have Shirley. Then, of course, we got the... That's Sadie's. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Oh, we're killing time.
It doesn't hurt anybody. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Then we got the...
Don't give a crap about whales, so go and hug a tree. I love it.
I'll tell you something. Whatever you do with your sound bites, Symphonatic, do not put in even a 4 or 5 second bite of anything Monty Python. Thank you, Cased. Thank you so much. We'll give you a good for that one.
I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life.
Thanks, sir. Much appreciated. They will copyright a 3 and 4 second fucking clip. Monty Python. I've gotten nailed with a 4 second clip. Monty Python copyright claims instantly. The Zucker brothers who do Naked Gun and shit like that, they're pretty lenient. They're like, hell, it promotes our stuff. Go for it, you know? They don't give a shit. But Monty Python has nailed me for Bring Out Your Dead. Just the dude saying Domine Requiem, bunk. Just that short clip. Copyright strike. Yeah. It's so weird when we get those strange lights moving like that. I'm sure it's... But yeah, it's bullshit. I mean, there's fair use, but they take it to freaking extreme. They don't give you any fair use with it whatsoever. I heard some rumblings that there's somebody making some parts for sale that are the exact same size and dimensions as the Boeing controllers inside the aircraft, and Boeing's not happy about it. Because they're claiming they copied them, that they used the exact same dimensions and everything as the actual Boeing controller, because Boeing licensed one of them, but they didn't license the other one. And they're not happy, apparently. Yeah, I love that. I'm not dead yet. I want to go for a walk. I feel happy. It's fine if you do the voices, but you put in there just a 5 seconds of it, they get pissed. Yeah, South Park's pretty good. I've never been clipped on the South Park stuff. The airplane stuff. Most everybody's really good about it. But yeah, just don't clip Monty Python. They'll snag you for sure. You don't until you actually do it. Or somebody like me tells you don't use this company's stuff because they get pissed off. But I didn't know. I had all those cool clips and I got snagged 4 or 5 videos before it caught up, and then they just hit me in all of them. Well, it's like Stop the Pigeon. If that one's too long, if that one goes beyond 5 seconds, they claim it. The short one I had the longer clip, and some German company owns rights to Stop the Pigeon. Go figure. So yeah, until you actually do it and get caught, I mean, you can just edit out the music now. They give you the option of that. You know, to take whatever music's the offending music and edit it out. And the new AI algorithm leaves what you're talking about. You know, it'll leave your voice and everything else, but just pull the sound out. So that's the music out. But so yeah. See, technically, you can get a strike for anything that's not yours. I mean, quite literally, if it's not yours, you could technically get a strike for it. I mean, they don't. I don't know. You don't get a strike where they're gonna shut you down. They just either block the video. Some of them will block the video until it's removed. Some will take all your revenue from the video until it's removed. And some of them will share the revenue of the video. In other words, they'll split the revenue with you, which is funny. They split it like 50-50, even though you're only using 5 seconds of their content in a 3-hour stream. They still get half your money. It's not like there's a lot of money. There's $15. I think the highest video ever made $15. It's like, you know, I'm not a giant YouTuber which makes millions. Yes, I'm live, meow. I'm live right now. Yes, I am. Hey, Gunner. How are you, Mr. Hanger Studio 713? Yeah, I wish that was my views. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome? I got 27, though, which is cool. Hit that like button, everybody. Smash it, mush it. Yeah, I wish that was my views. SpaceX, on the other hand, is awesome because SpaceX lets you... Oops. Are they back?
Starship successfully deployed its second ever
SpaceX lets you use their copyright-free, no problems, use it, restream it.
Sea level Raptor engine in space, coming up here just after T plus 37 minutes. So about a minute left to go.
So SpaceX is cool. They let everybody restream their content with no strike at all.
Seconds or so. So we should be just about a minute and a half. Where, again, as Amanda just said, we're going to relight one of those center engines. This will be the third time that we've tried this. We did it successfully back on Flight 10, and then we did it the very first time back on Flight 6. This is not a deorbit burn. This is demonstrating essentially all of the systems you would need to do a deorbit burn. So that's obviously your Raptor engine, and then also your header tanks, your smaller tanks in the nose cone, where we have liquid oxygen, liquid methane, smaller, more easily pressurized container, which we can use for on-orbit burns. We're also going to tap into those when we do our landing burn. So this will be a critical capability once we go to full orbital missions. You'll have to do a deorbit burn to break out of orbit and send it back down to Earth. But in this instance, we're already on our way back down towards Earth. So this is just going to demonstrate the capability of turning one of these engines on. We should be coming up in just about 20 seconds or so, looking for one of those Raptor engines to turn back on. They've been off since we completed that successful ascent burn almost 30 minutes ago. Here we go.
Rapid ignition. And shut down.
Woohoo! Look at that. That's cool.
There was that Raptor relight. Looks like engine 3 full duration. As Dan mentioned, it's a third attempt, and
Something just floated by right there.
So congrats to the team. The ship team.
Looks like everything's working tonight exactly as planned. One engine didn't relight, but then relit afterwards. So on the super heavy.
Awesome to see.
But
We're 3 for 3. We're gonna take another break, and we'll be back for re-entry at about T plus 45 minutes. We'll see you soon.
T plus 45. All right, we'll turn it down so we don't get nailed on their music. Yeah, it's pretty cool. SpaceX does that. They've done it since they first started streaming. Anything they stream, you can restream with no hits, no problems, which is cool. Oh, moving the flaps. Oh! There's a UFO. Oh, must be Africa. What the hell is that? Plasma already? Yeah, there's some plasma, it looks like, building up already. Holy shit. No, I think that's plasma. That looks like waves of plasma. Already, they're at altitude 133 kilometers, running into something. Maybe they were venting something. I don't know. That was pretty wild. Looked like plasma. Of course, the atmosphere isn't perfectly smooth and round, at the exact altitude all the way around the Earth, it changes constantly. I learned that when we were on radio. That's why you turn your wattage down at night, because if you didn't, you just blast when the atmosphere shrinks, you'd blast your radio way the hell out there. If you didn't turn the wattage down at night on AM, anyways. That's telling you how old I am. I was on AM as well as FM. Must be Africa, huh? I'm guessing. Land? Or is that water? Just waves? No, you wouldn't see waves this high, would you? Not like that. Cloud tops? Cloud tops. Those are probably cloud tops. See if we hear anything. That's plasma. Nope, they're music. Oh, that's funky. Look at that. S-38, Ship 38. It's the last version 2 Starship. Next ones will be version 3. Yeah, oh, that is Africa. Ever going to Madagascar? So it starts hitting the atmosphere quite a long ways out before it gets down. 120. Space is officially above 100 kilometers, right? The Kármán line, they call it. You say something? Oop. Yeah. Thing's hauling ass, though. Wouldn't that be cool? Getting some video like Madagascar, seeing this fucking giant glow screaming across the sky. Yeah, it's oriented for re-entry. Vertical. Somebody in Madagascar is getting an awesome view of this shit. First of all, it's so fucking big. You know, it's literally so large that you've got to be able to see this giant plume of glowing mess. The plasma glow from this thing is because it's so big. That's what she said. Now it's pretty steady into it. Oh wait, I was dreaming. Oh boy. So they have actual missing tiles along the way, which they've taken out tiles. And they have cameras apparently inside staring at the spots and sensors on the spots where there's missing tiles to be able to tell temperature sensors and all that shit. Plasma go. Should I get that checked out? Yeah, you might want to have somebody look at that. It's crazy that they're stainless steel. You know, everybody went composites, and they said, screw it, stainless steel makes more sense because if we break it, we can fix it when we're not. If you go those crazy high-end composites and you get on Mars and you break it, you're screwed. You're stuck. Where stainless steel, you get out a welder and fix it. You have a chance to fix it anyways. For the composites, you're screwed. Look at that. That is so wild. Like, everything's been right by the numbers tonight. Everything's hitting all the marks. I guess it depends on what color it is. Oop.
All right, welcome back, everyone. The ship is currently re-entering Earth's atmosphere. As a reminder, we don't plan to recover the spacecraft today, but rapid and reliable reusability is the ultimate goal.
They said the corridor, the danger corridor, keeps getting smaller and smaller because they get more accurate on how well they're,
Reentry is also extremely demanding portion of flight.
how accurate they're getting with their flight. So their danger area is getting smaller and smaller.
So remember, the 33 engines plus the 6 engines on ship that we used to get up into space, we now are using aero braking essentially to scrub off all that energy. And of course, Starlink is a big part of this, giving us the views we have right now, and also letting us gather as much data as possible, which again, is really the main reason why we do these flights.
These are on the backside. I'm wondering if they're different attachment, different ways of holding it onto the ship. They're testing to see how the vibrations hold up.
Side of the flaps here, and we have some different mechanisms, some stud out, basically to see if these tiles will hang on.
There we go.
You know, we can see already here, it looks like we kept most
I'm
of them.
psychic.
I think I see a couple there that are no longer there, so the thermal team is definitely going to be digging into that and taking that data to help us iterate on V3. So yeah, Starlink provides us with one more path to collect data and help us rapidly iterate Starship's design.
Crazy.
If the ship does manage to make it all the way to re-entry, we'll collect valuable data on the spacecraft flying through the Earth's atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, or more than 5
Somebody was
times
saying they get
speed.
256 channels of
Re-entry
data.
is typically a portion of flight where we don't have
High def
communication
data.
with the spacecraft.
256
It's
channels of
re-entry
data.
at or around orbital velocity, which is
That's
roughly 8
bonkers.
kilometers per second,
Plus the
or 5
video.
miles per second.
Like, they get every one of these cameras. They're getting all the feed from it the entire time. Plus cameras we don't get to see.
Yeah, and that blanket of plasma distorts communication frequencies, so it's not uncommon to experience brief blackouts in communication. All right, so big picture here, Starship is designed to land on Mars.
Wait,
where
what do you
there are no
suppose
runways or other
that
humans
is?
to help out.
Satellite,
So that means
obviously, but
we need to do a propulsive landing instead of a more traditional.
oh, maybe it's an
like
island.
parachutes, which is what our
Looked like a
ground
satellite
spacecraft uses,
in track.
or a runway like the space shuttle. Propulsive landing enables more rapid reusability.
Did you all see that little spaceship they want to put in space? They're not saying what it's for, but they want to put a whole bunch of them up there, and they'll be able to come down for our troops within, deliver stuff anywhere in the world within 60 minutes. So in a war zone or whatever, or relief zone, they could just drop these things in from anywhere in the world.
Okay, there's a great shot there. You're starting to see the plasma build up.
No, you just came in. We're not going out again. You can sit over there and growl all you want.
So we will hear a call out when
Look
the
at
ship
that.
is transonic.
Oh, looked like something burned off and fell off.
Transonic refers to the period of flight where the velocities of airflows surrounding and flowing past the vehicle are concurrently below, at, and above the speed of sound.
Yeah, above the speed of sound. There's still 26,000 kilometers an hour.
All right, a lot of numbers coming up here, but for reference, commercial jets have a range of cruising speeds, but most fly around Mach 0.74 to Mach 0.85, which is 480 to 575 miles per hour, or 770 to 930 kilometers per hour. Right now, we're going a little over 26,000 kilometers per hour, so compare that to the airplane at 930, it's like pretty crazy how fast we're going here.
Yeah,
All right, and after we hear the call out
bonkers.
that Starship is transonic, we should hear the call out that Starship is subsonic. Subsonic, of course, refers to the speed that is much less than the speed of sound. So at that point, the ship's velocity will be starting to slow down, and we'll be looking a little bit more like some of our suborbital flights from, at this point, almost 5 years ago.
Yeah, so re-entry so far is looking pretty good.
Miss CPHI is faster than that. Yeah, she is.
Also, PAL experiments, especially we're putting the ship through a lot today, but things are looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, we're looking good. I do want to remind people that we are pushing ship to the limits. We've done a lot of these missing tile tests. We did it back in Flight 10. Every time we do it, we throw something new and the ship makes it through. This time, we're really pushing it. We've removed these tiles in some of the spots that see the highest level of heating. And we remove tiles that have zero backup protection underneath. So
Oh
there's
boy.
essentially just bare
They're trying to destroy the ship. They're literally trying. That crazy? Nope, something let go.
And so do not be surprised if this is not a very smooth flight on the way down. But again, this is intentional. We are trying to find what are the limits.
Where it's gonna
for
break.
ship. How resilient are we to these different issues that could pop up? If we lose a tile anywhere in the vehicle, we want to know what that ultimate impact is going to be. So we've got a couple missing. We had a bunch pulled over the primary fuel, the LOX tanks, everything. This one, we've got a tile missing right on top. So that's going to see some of the highest
I can tell you where it is.
during this re-entry.
Somebody's censoring his ass.
Steel right underneath it. So
Right on top of the.
see if Starship's robust enough to pull through that. Also have some tiles missing around the aft flaps, specifically on the leading edge. So again, we're getting a really good
You
look
just
right
got
at
up
the
here.
leading edge.
Stop
That's
it.
getting really intense heating.
Get up here.
So again, gonna see if it can make it through. See if all the flaps hold on. See if Starship holds together. But definitely could be a bumpy ride. But this is why we're flying. This is why we're flying in this part of the world. This is why we're putting Starship through these flight tests to really understand what its limits are. So we can then move on to the next thing. Just going to be bringing
Here's
ships
bonkers.
back to the launch site for a catch. But for now, still on the suborbital. The light show continuing.
I think they'll probably have one or two more suborbitals with the new version.
15 minutes until splashdown.
Dog. They probably have.
And it looks, you can see our speed indicator in the bottom left there. It looks like we're starting to scrub off velocity a little bit quicker.
They'll probably make sure the next one flies properly, and then the one after that catch it, I'm guessing. Oh, something's happening. We don't get to see it for 2 or 3 minutes,
See some clouds down there.
or
We passed
20
through
seconds or so.
70 kilometers altitude.
Yeah, the sun's starting to
Oh, look at that.
and ooh, there we go.
There we go.
What a view.
Skirt is intact so far this time. If you watched Flight 10, you saw we entered with a little bit missing. That was ultimately traced to a little bit of buildup. We dumped prop on the way. We had a little bit of solid propellant buildup, and then either static discharge or the plasma ignited it, took out a tiny bit of that skirt. Some collapsed, but
Good. They never did.
Starship
I never did hear why it
able
blew.
to fight through it, make it all the way to that landing burn. We addressed that, changed some of our prop dump economs though, so should not be seeing that this time around.
My God. Crazy wide ride this is going to be.
In addition to these missing tile tests,
He
we're
said
doing kind of
discharge.
unique
Yeah,
flight
go.
on the
He
way
said
in.
discharge.
It's gonna do called banking maneuver. So while we're still going supersonic and even hypersonic, we're doing kind of a banking turn, and then we'll do a pretty aggressive turn right as we get into the subsonic and start doing our belly flop. And that's designed to essentially be the approach that we would do on a return to launch site in the tower catch. So don't be surprised if we see the ship start to turn and make a few maneuvers as it makes its way down to the Indian. And fun fact, even though
Oh,
we're
we
doing all
got
this turning,
cool
we're
views now.
essentially targeting the exact same spot in the Indian Ocean we went to last time.
Yeah, so the computer thinks there's a tower there to catch on. So, oh, there we go. Look at that.
All right, just about 12 minutes to go. Still looking good. That gives a pretty good view of
The sheer
things
fact that
flat
you used to have
on the leading edge
20
and
minutes
on one on the other side, we had some tiles removed with
where you got
backgrounds
nothing,
behind it.
where it was total blackout
So again, we're
for
really
all the
trying to stress
the
some
old
of
capsules and shit.
the most sensitive
But with this
areas
Starlink, we're
around
getting
Starship.
high def video all the way to the
Easy if you
ground.
lose a tile,
Crazy.
it's the worst possible spot, and if we're able to make it through this, then that tells us quite a bit about just how resilient this vehicle is.
Well, come on, look at how resilient it is. It was doing backflips at Mach 3 or 4 the first time they flew it, and it didn't break. That was crazy. Ooh, it's getting a little hot there on the little lug catch thing there.
That we're going to be expecting to light for that flip and landing.
That was getting a little hot.
Hopefully in about 10 minutes once we get through reentry. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, looking at E3, that's the one. It's the one we did the relight on. So it's 2 for 2 so far. We'll see if it can go 3 for 3.
Yeah.
542. They built that many engines. Bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Is my stream still running, or is that thing freaking out?
Alright, we can see that speed just continue to bleed off under 20,000 kilometers an hour.
Anybody out there? Okay, yeah. My YouTube is freaking out. My monitor YouTube is crashing. Thank you, Gunner.
Yeah, and if you look in the
It had gone spinny spin on
we
mine.
made it all the way to the Indian Ocean. We're coming up kind of near Australia, the west side of Australia there. So pretty crazy. We're only 56 minutes in, and we've made it all the way, you know, halfway around the world.
That'll be nuts if they can ever perfect this so you can go up and back down. Yeah, it's slowing now. Huh? Thick atmosphere. 18. Look at the discoloring on the back. Look at where it's starting to discolor right through here.
Of, a future capability we hope to have on
From the
Starship
heat.
where we will do point-to-point transport on Earth.
That's
So,
funky.
Essentially travel anywhere in the world in about
getting
an
hot.
hour or so, which is, you know, going to be pretty crazy. Imagine going from New York to Sydney in 1 hour instead of the.
Well, if you would fly more, bush flights, you'd see him more often. He doesn't make a jumbo. Hey, you gotta admit that Scout is probably the best bush plane in the game. It is the shits. It just.
And a reminder, so this camera is, oh, we see some of the heat rate picking up a little bit. And this camera is embedded right in the end of one of those forward flaps, so you see it moving around. That's the flap adjusting to maintain control. It's like we're getting into our bank maneuver.
Yeah. Oh, look at that twisting. That's cool. That little lug right there is hot. That little lug sticking off.
External temperatures are coming down.
Temps are now coming down, so it survived the worst of the heating. That's crazy. The tile's missing right over fuel tanks, and it hasn't gone boom yet. That's crazy. No. You already went out. Now you're just being a shithead.
Maximum dynamic pressure.
Max Q on the way down. No shit.
Alright, that was basically our reverse max Q, so
0-1.
most aerodynamic stress that it's going to see during reentry, we just passed through it, so we're past that, we're past peak heating.
It's crazy. They're just saying surviving. They do everything to it to try to break it, and it frickin' survives.
So we're currently in this bank maneuver. We're going to see it kind of roll over and do a pretty significant shift as we get down closer to the subsonic speeds.
Crazy.
Yeah, and that bank maneuver that Dan's mentioning is all in part of us to learn about the guidance navigation.
Get over here if you want.
Return to launch site.
You're not going out until this is over.
In the near future, we're hoping to return the ship back to the same path.
Or I can throw you out. Leave the door open. I don't trust you.
Some of these pretty dynamic
Yet.
bankings to make that trajectory work out.
All right, Chief. Only speak English. Did you see when I was in Florida with my family earlier this year? We saw the SpaceX Falcon 9 launch. It was pretty sweet.
Kind of calming down as we're
yeah, I was.
move into the lower parts of the atmosphere.
I went down to pick up a race car south of in South Florida,
hitting that
down near Mar-a-Lago actually. Went down to pick up a race car, and I spent the night in Georgia, and I saw there was going to be a Starlink launch the next morning. So I timed when I left the hotel in Georgia so that the Starlink went up in front of my windshield. I got to watch the Falcon 9 go up right in front of the window, right in front of the windshield of the truck. Martell's on Satellite Beach. Shots from Martell. That's cool.
It's like they heard me.
Oh, look at this. This is the buoy feed. So yeah, I timed it perfect. I was like, well, if it's delayed, I won't get to watch it. And it's sure and shit right out the front window of the truck. I watched it go up. I've seen a shuttle launch. I saw the Mars orbiter launch, the original Mars rovers, Spirit and Opportunity. I saw both of them.
All right, there we go. So we're now starting into our really heavy bank maneuver. And this does almost like a half circle loop to our actual trajectory. We're heading to the same exact splashdown point, but we're kind of doing a more roundabout way to get there. Where it's
this is wild.
Big, long half moon loop,
come here.
Really aggressive.
You'll go out in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So yeah, it was cool. I've seen a few launches. Shuttle was the coolest. Now I want to watch this one. I want to watch this one, and I want to do a Falcon Heavy to where both boosters come back to land and land. That's got to be pretty sick. But the problem is, this is going to take away the usefulness of the Falcon Heavy once this is successful. Because this can lift way more than the Falcon Heavy.
Good to see the numbers back on. Yeah.
Shot a shuttle from a plane. Oh, that's cool.
Transonic in about 2.5 minutes. Landing flip coming up.
Thank you.
4. Pretty crowded in the Indian Ocean today. Again, yeah, we changed our launch times. We launched down, so we get these daytime.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was about.
Down in the Indian Ocean, one of the things we're really looking for. The reason we have the drone, other than that looks really cool, is we're able to kind of see the ship. We can only see so much from these cameras. You can't see like the vast majority of the heat shield. So
get over here if you want. Don't sit 2 feet away from me and whine.
You spoke it again, Dan. There it is.
They're playing with me in the control room. All right. But we have these buoys out there. We have these drones that we're trying to see externally.
They got 360s on those things.
Everybody saw from Flight 10.
You grew up with Eric Bowe? That's cool.
A little bit of a paint job, a little bit of a reddish hue. That was from those metallic.
That's awesome.
That we had tested, kind of oxidizing really rapidly.
I got to meet McNair before he died. He was out at Edwards flying stuff out, some testing stuff out there. But he was one of the ones killed.
Nobody gets seasick. Alright, coming up on transonic shortly. About 2.5 minutes of landing burn.
Yeah, and once we get to around the
that's cool.
15-kilometer altitude mark, that's where we have a lot of flight history.
Starship is transonic, starting the belly flop phase of flight.
Yep, that belly flap phase that we perfected.
We're in belly flap. Look at this shit. I can't believe it survived. With all those tiles missing and shit and in bad spots, and it survived. It's crazy. There's stuff flopping on it right there.
Right, starting to get those Raptors ready. Should be 2 minutes away.
That high-speed duct tape didn't hold.
Do a flip. After we ignite those engines, we'll go from 3 down to 2.
I want some of that tape.
The landing burner. Look for another soft splashdown. Hopefully, by our buoy and drone, which are hanging out, ready and waiting for a ship.
Ooh. Oh, there went a tile. You see that one go.
Seeing all three center engines have entered the chill phase.
Get shoes on. Let me get my shoes on. This thing's almost down.
All right, less than a minute to go.
I want to know what they're bonding that shit with to make it even last as long as it did.
And here's this kind of aggressive final turn that would essentially position it so it's right behind the
Oh, look at that.
catch tower.
What a turn, huh? That's pretty sick. Hard to believe they have that much control with just four flaps sticking out in gravity. That they can turn left, right, spin around.
Landing burn in just under 20 seconds.
Go forward farther, back a little just by tipping the angles. It's nuts. 4 little flaps. Get that much control. Engine light. There's the flip. There's the buoy. Look at the buoy. You can actually see the damn buoy. That's bonkers.
3 down to 2.
Starship has landed.
That's nuts. When we get the replay with the buoy, actually, because that's a 360 camera, so they can turn over to it. But that's, you could, whoa, there it goes, boom.
As we said, we're not planning on recovering the ship today. Hey,
look at that fucker go. That's one of those pressure vessels.
We are down in the Indian Ocean.
Oh, hell.
Let him hear
That was pretty freaking wild.
What a day.
Oh, Sadie's wound up now. Oh, there's all the people. See the people? Yeah, there's all the people. There we go. Sadie's going to be happy now. There we go. Can't end the video without Sadie going nuts at the people.
A whole lot more to go through. As you saw, everybody here at Starbase pretty hyped. Hey, Tyler, how's everybody holding up?
Fantastic time watching. It was another
Tell her she got weird eyes. Bark at her.
We hope that you enjoyed those Starlink views too. So congratulations to the team at Starbase and everyone here.
All right, everybody. Well, flight tomorrow. I don't have it up yet, but we'll be flying the Grand Canyon in the T7. Oh, crash. There went all my shit on the floor. T7 Red Hawk tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in.
All right, hang out with you. Hey, it's good having you on the stream. Thanks for coming, stopping by, everybody. Sadie says goodnight, right? Say goodnight, Sadie. There we go. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Got 3 more streams. That's it of the flight sim, and then we're going to be done with the flight sim for a while. Thanks, everybody, for coming, hanging out. It was an awesome night, and we'll see you all hopefully tomorrow.
Quite the light show. We had that Raptor relight 3 for 3. That was ahead of re-entry.
Have a good night, everybody.
And then that awesome splashdown that we just saw, including that dynamic.
I can't even find the button tonight. No, it's around here somewhere.
Return to the launch site. So yeah, we promised maximum excitement, and Starship
There it is.
delivered.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you.